Good morning. Welcome back to the Tennessee Frugal Craftsman. I just wanted to give a follow-up to my broken fuel switch and the process of changing it. I am not mechanically inclined. I always say if it can be built out of wood, I can do it. But when it comes to anything mechanical, that's beyond my expertise, but sometimes you have to dabble with it. So this morning I was changing the oil out on the machine. I thought now's the time to change the switch. Woodland Mills did right by me. They sent me a new switch, no charge. I'd asked for instructions on how to fix it and how to change it. They were supposed to send that but didn't get it to me. And so I took at it, and so I just want to give a quick tutorial of how to do this. For some of you, you may already know, if you're mechanically inclined, you'd say this is a no-brainer. But for those of us who are not mechanically inclined, this is just a quick tutorial. And so if you have a Woodland Mills with a Kohler engine on it, which I think that's what they all have on, what you need to do in order to get this changed out, it's not that big of a job, but you have to remove these two screws here, and then there are two small screws I'll zero in here, right there and down there. Those are with Allen wrenches, and so they just come out fairly easily. Once you pop this off, inside there, and I should have done this before, but I'm going to try to zero in as closely as possible. I think you can see them. There are two screws. You can see them right in there. They're shiny. Those two screws actually hold a little plate that holds this thing down. The hardest part was actually getting in there, because to get a screwdriver in, so I didn't have to take this all off. What I used, I'll just step back here. I just used a little needle nose set of vice grips and my number 2 Phillips. See if I can zero in here. It's not really letting me. Anyway, it's just a number 2 Phillips. And what I did, once this shield is off, I could just go in and set down on top of those screws right there, those two screws that you're seeing back in there that I'm pointing to, and just slowly turn them out. They don't have to be super tight. Once I got that done, it was just a matter of popping this off. It was just setting, the screws were holding, that plate was holding down on the top of the piece. This is what the piece looked like. You can see it here. So that little plate was holding that down. And yeah, that's all there was to it. Just pop it on, put the screws back in, and you're good to go. So the hardest part, and this would be my kind of note to self, I was doing it here on the job site, and most mills that's where they are, obviously, unless it's a portable one. And so the biggest concern is dropping stuff down into the dirt, so I put a box underneath of me in case something dropped. I did drop a screw a couple times trying to get those back in, but as you can see, it is now working. I still haven't changed this around. I know some of you suggested in the comments I change this and turn it 180 degrees. So the handle will be over here. The problem is then you're pulling, the pulling is down. And so now that I know that this can happen, I'm just going to be extremely cautious with it. I've seen some who've turned it around and pull down on it. It's just, I think that would be even more awkward and harder on the pull long term, especially on the cord, pulling them on that angle. So yeah, that was all there was to it. Just what, two Allen screws, 2 nuts, 2 10mm. Take those off, pop those two. Get back down in there, pop those 2 silver screws out, take the plate off, set it back down. I had to make sure that the fuel was off, because what I did is I just clamped this with my vice grips, put some cardboard around it, just clamped it so the fuel wouldn't come down in. But other than that, worked fine. So if that was helpful, great. If not, you can chuck it. But I just wanted to follow up on that last video I did a week or so ago about that brake and tell you how the fix is, how to fix it. And it's not that difficult at all. Anyway, until next time, you have a great day. And if you would, please like and subscribe. See you later.